I've been doing a few things today, like kind of almost like two major jobs at once, which is like, why do I do this to myself? Well, it's kind of because I had to, because of the situation arose, and one was planned and one was not, but oh well. Um, so in between, I was trying to color, having some difficulty with that. Um, what just happened? Was it gonna cut me off? Oh, brother. Am I still on? Nope. Yeah, I am still on. Sorry about that. That was, I pressed the wrong button on my keyboard accidentally. Is it? Why did? Oh, I don't know how that happened, but I hope I don't do that again. Um. So let's see. Um. I've been working kind of in this page in aviary after working a little bit in a page in here. Um. What I would did, I just haven't known what to do today, and like because I was working on two big jobs at once in the house. My head really wasn't into coloring, but I really wanted to relax, but I couldn't find a way to relax, and I started doing this, which is like really ugly. But I don't know why. I did it in pencil, and I did it in some pencils that I always forget that I have, and I don't really like them, but I bought them like early on. They're the Kohinoor Polycolor. What does it say? Hand hand mousse, hard mousse. I don't know what that says. Anyway, um, yeah, and now I see why I don't really use them, but I feel like there's a purpose for them. They are a hard kind of pencil, so I always have that thing where like certain texture pencils um, yield certain results depending on the paper and whatever. And I like how I did this tree, but it was I don't know how easy it was getting it like that. But yeah, and yeah. I'm not even gonna talk about it. So um, and let's see, like my brain's all over the place. I'm gonna try and keep it ordered. Um, so in trying to color this, which like I don't even know why I tried with pencil, except I thought I was looking at some of my supplies that were in another part of the room, and I was like, oh, I haven't used these in a long time, and I can't even remember anything that I've colored really with these. Um, and so I don't know. I guess I just went in on this page. I don't know. I just did. I don't really like it, but I did. But like I can rehab it. But anyway, so one thing that has this using these has gotten me thinking about is that I'm maybe overhauling the pencils I have in cases. And like I have these Kohinoors in a roll up case. That's really cute. It's got cats all over it. But I might be switching them out and putting something else in there. I might be switching out my Starjoy Golds and putting them in something else. Like maybe even putting all of these pencils that I really don't like so much in a tin together, because it's almost like it doesn't matter which one of those I pick up if I'm using those, um, for whatever reason. So I'm not sure, but I feel like an overhaul of where I'm storing my pencils is on the horizon. And I'd like to do that within the month if I'm going to do that, because I start back to work the end of next month. So officially, so yeah. Um, Yeah, and I realized I actually have some watercolor pencils too. I think they're like no name brand that are come in a black wrap thing, and they are really hard. And I don't know that I really care for those pencils either, but there's always certain ones I like to have on hand because you never know when you need a pencil that has that certain quality to go with to do something in a coloring page you already have. But yeah, so that's that. So this is the page, and you can probably see the other side of this. Yeah. Um, that I can't. Did I start working on it yesterday, the night before, or something like that? And one thing I did use some of these Kohinoor pencils for is I used the maroon, which like I don't know if that's the official name of it, but that's the color it looks like. Um, this one to go over this mountain. I did I did everything on here in with alcohol markers, the ones that I swatched yesterday, and I was trying to get this mountain to look like those mountains in what is it, Monument Valley, and they're that kind of burgundy kind of color or whatever with I don't know, and I went a little bit lighter with some of these things, like thinking like, well, maybe they can pass for light, lighter spots or whatever in the mountain. Well, even though I didn't necessarily get what I was thinking, I like the colors here. Um and So I did just want it to be darker in some spaces. So I actually went over this. I like and kind of did some highlighting in here, and I might do some more. And I kind of left this part lighter. I left this part alone, and I may keep it that way and like consider that being the place where it is lighter. I don't know. We'll see. I may go in with darker alcohol markers now that I have them swatched. Um, And then so then I looked at this, and when I was thinking about things to work on today, I'm like, well, none of these colors match. It's like they're all kind of, it's like all over the place. Um, so I wasn't ready to work on that. Um, I may still go in and like do the rest of these rocks though. I really like how I did the rocks. And at first I couldn't find my little swatch card that I where I wrote down all the colors I did for the rock, but then I did find it. Which it was in the book that I swatched all the alcohol markers, so I found it. Um, I went over this cactus also with a Kohinoor pencil. Um, that interestingly enough has a different texture from the other ones I used, but I used this to kind of play with this because I kind of feel like I did that too dark. I've never actually seen a cactus in the wild in person, so um, I wasn't sure what the lines. These are following the lines that were drawn on this cactus. So I don't know. I did a marker line with it, and then it seemed like it was too dark. So I kind of went over that to kind of maybe fade it a little bit, and I might use a white acrylic pen or something to kind of do something to give it more depth or whatever. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I kind of am sure what I'm looking for, but I'm trying to figure out how to make it happen. So, um, so I don't really want to work on this. Don't really want to work on anything in this book. I still don't, and I still need to finish this bird, but I'm not ready to go there yet either. I don't know if I'm going over this with pencil or not because I'm kind of so in love with it the way it is. Once I go over it with pencil, then it's gone. Except I have a video for it. So I started thinking about, well, I really need to work on my whips. That was my goal for this month. And I looked at this page, which is the most problematic in the book for me, I would say. My pages are starting to come out of here too. Let me see that. This page is really problematic, and actually, just now I actually added some of this blue from the Koh-i-Noor Polycolor pencil. So again, that's where I find like sometimes these pencils I don't necessarily like come in handy. Um, so I've been trying to solve a problem with this page, like pushing it out of it being so drab. Um, so yesterday I actually went in and I did some, some shading with the this post or fence or whatever it is. So I did some of that and put in a little more into there as well. Um, Kind of left some spaces like where the white shows to kind of show some light. Um, I also did some shading around the smoke, and I did a little bit inside the smoke as well using different color pencils. I can't even say. I just was like starting to. These are some of the pencils I was using. Let's see about the pen, but these are some. Actually, they're like all on the desk. Actually, it's like I was picking up all of them. Like, will this work? Well, what will this do? What will that do? These are the colors. All these colors. What's that one? Oh yeah, this one too. The Crayola that I found, the gray. Using that in the smoke, and then also in the rocks, and the gray and the shade, trying to bring some life to this because it's really kind of confounding me a little bit. Um, and let's see. So I've been afraid to add different color pencils than what I've used already because I don't really have a vision for this page. So I'm kind of just going with, I don't know, with some kind of instinct or whatever and hoping it turns out. But I really am confounded by a lot of these birds in this book. Because I'm not used to, I don't know, coloring birds. Plus, I went looking last night for a reference point because I don't know what kind of bird this is. So I searched Google for birds that have, curved beaks. And I still don't know what bird this is because it doesn't look like anything I know of. It's hard to tell what the real size of the bird is. Um, yeah, so I don't have a reference point there because that would help me with like at least knowing where to place color and how many colors to place in in him. I gotta move my phone that's in the way. Shoot, how do I do that? I think you have to get. It doesn't need to charge on it when you put it on that. Okay. But I can't find a reference point, so I'm just kind of winging it. And I'm also wondering if I should be adding another color to this, like just ever so lightly, um, or dramatically changing the color. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. So I'm just kind of going to continue with what I've been doing until, you know, something comes to me that makes sense. And I just keep kind of sitting back from it and looking to see, okay, what's that like? You know. But see how this pencil that I was ready just to put all these guys away. This particular pencil is working good on here because it is a hard pencil, and yeah, it's in, but it has a quality where it seems to be going on top of whatever layers of pencil I already have on here pretty well. So, uh, we're in one of those make it work moments, and I really want to finish these whips as much as possible um, before before like the second week of August, if I can. I'd like to be finished with them. Um, in Bubbles Live yesterday, um, I guess we decided, some of us, that like we're gonna start Kirby in September, doing Kirby pages. So I feel like that's good timing because I feel like I need to. I'm almost ready to get out of these mythographic books, only because I don't know. Almost ready, maybe not quite, because I want to feel like I have a little more of a handle on these than I do, and to be able to remember how it was, the ways that I felt I was able to successfully tackle some of these pages, and then also to remember the ways where I feel like I wasn't successful. So, but for some reason, I think this is working, and I think the fact that it's a different pencil, and a different, and puts down color differently than the pencils I used in here previous to this. I think that's kind of helping with my hand, with the way I put down the color. So that's why, like, the whole thing of using a different tool, you handle it differently, and so it helps me to achieve a different result, which is, kind of what I'm aiming for, something that's going to do something other than what I've already done in here, so we can make it pop. And I am kind of liking how there's brown and blue under here, and gray, and this seems to be making it kind of all turn almost to a kind of purple in some places, and then turquoise in others, so that's kind of neat. But, like, I don't, I wish I knew enough to be able to purposely push that, and make that happen and make it pop, but I don't have that skill, so I don't have that knowledge. Just going by instinct. Yeah, I did gray around here too, to kind of make him stand out more. I don't know if I need to do that under here too? Which color do I do that with? What is that? Is that green? I can't even tell. That's sad. Is it green? It did something. I feel like I need something under here, but I don't know what color. Is that the same one I just had? No. One of these is. One is. I'm trying to stick with a gray. Unless I use a brown. I don't know about this one. This is like a goldish. I don't know if I like that. See, I'm really winging it. I just, where else? Can you see how much is he popping? It looks a little better. I'm gonna have to make some things around it pop, and especially the water. And I wonder, it's almost like I need a lighter blue on the other side. We have a lighter blue in this case. Oh, come out. Here's one. I don't know if that's the right blue though. This one, that might be a good one. So you can have the light being more on this side and keep this light. I have to tell you, this is another one of those troubling pages though in Mythographic where like it was one reason it was hard to color is because well the bird is trapped. I don't like that. Even excuse me, even though it seems like the fairy's coming to or whatever it is coming to save him, I don't know. I find it troubling. I don't like coloring things where something seems to be in distress. I don't know. Why does it seem like in so many mythographic pages that something is in distress or in some ambiguous situation? What is that about? Hmm. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, and keep like kind of setting back a bit in my chair to see if am I getting what I want and am I not doing too much? I don't know. It's just weird. It's hard painting these pages. Do I need my Crayola or should I use? See, I want it under there. Ooh, my ear is ringing all of a sudden. I think that means I don't have enough vitamin D. That's understandable. I was so excited I can chew somewhat. Like I made myself a BLT today and that was kind of not so good trying to chew that. Like even though I broke up the bacon kind of, I would have had a better time eating it if I had just ground up the bacon. That's probably what I should have done. Or chopped it up really small. It's still not quite able to eat normal, which happens after adjustments. Um, and it seems like, well, what it's taken me like 2 weeks to get to where I can kind of eat normally. 2 weeks from my last adjustment. So in October, it will be a year that I've had these braces. And they told me like about 18 months. So we're getting there. Because this summer is going by fast. Which is good in consideration of my braces. Okay, so this is lighter than here, which is something I want. And also, what I did put white acrylic marker on here, so it's kind of like a blend of white and maybe even silver acrylic marker, and then pencils that I put on top of there lightly, trying to push out that color. I don't know, that depth or whatever, and I don't know. I'm waiting for the moment when it suddenly clicks for me, which I hope it comes. And where is one of the pencils I was using last night? There's one. I don't know. Send back again. But yeah, this has been one of the. I don't know. This may be one of the hardest pages I've ever colored, more so than the first one in this book. Because part of that is because of the water. And I need more of a reference point for the bird. I mean, it almost seems like it's a hawk, but it's kind of hard to tell because hawks have hooked beaks. But then because of the position he's in, and his head just seems so rounded that like I was like, oh, it can't be a hawk. I don't know. And then hawks are just kind of gray, right? So there wasn't that much to do, color a gray bird. Uh, that doesn't sound thrilling. But so I feel like I'm going to have to do something with the water. That will be my next task. And it's working for me that these pencils are so hard and they don't necessarily easily put down color unless you press, because I didn't want to make this color dark. And so it just, yeah, so that worked for me here. Even though I didn't like coloring with them when I was trying that today in that one page, it's working for me here. For just being applying light color. Okay. I don't know. So I'm not sure if this one is really going to be finished before I'm ready to get out of these books, because it's almost like it's one of those that I'm going to have to come back to after I have more of a skill level. Because it really is a challenge. Okay, now it's not putting down color. I don't know if I want to. That's the one. Or is it? Yes, it is the one. Ah. I swear, this almost, this almost feels like painting, but not as fun in this case. It's just bad. This bad. Really difficult page. I could finish coloring her. That that would be like, then his beak. Oof. I didn't even bother to do that. I'm gonna make it gray because I do think it's a hawk. Really. Maybe drab, but oh well. We're gonna do it. And I'm gonna using Derwent's, so the chrome flows. I had a darker gray. Oh, this one. My coffee. What's this? I got all the pencils out. Here's my favorite, my warm gray. Maybe like that. That might be a bit much. We'll tweak it. Or I'll erase it out or something. I don't think the beak is that gray. Is it? I think it just messed it up. I'll go over it again. Different color. Sometimes you just do too much. Probably need to sharpen this. Yeah, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Do I need? Let's see. You know what? Let's use. Ugh. Let's drop the pencil. What is it in there? There's something in there. Yeah, because hawks do have that little black on the tip of their beak. All this just for a beak. I swear this page is so, like, overworked. Oh well. I don't know. That's as good as it's gonna get, I think. But while we're in here, what can I do with the eye? Can I do anything with the eye? Since I have this nice point. Can I do anything there? Huh. Are we actually getting somewhere with this? Could it be? I'm liking his face better. I think he has more of a personality. I still don't like that he's stuck. I don't like that. Don't do too much, Linda. See? I just did too much. Stop. Just stop. Now it looks like he has a cowlick or something. Okay. Now we're going to try and undo what I just did. Can we do that? I don't know if that worked or not. Okay, I like his face better. I can say that much. How he stands out in the rest of the picture, I don't know. I can't really say. Let's see how light I can use this black. Because maybe if some places I actually use black and other places I use gray or brown, that might make a difference in things too. I have to make a decision on what to do with this water, or what's supposed to be water. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is way more work than you should be doing on a coloring page. That's what I keep thinking. It's like, shouldn't you have to be doing all this? It's like work. It's not going to go down further. I want it to go down further. I just want one little line of black. I don't want a lot. Just a little bit to shoot. It's not doing what I want it to. It's working there. Isn't that? And blend it out later when I work more on the water. So I still have that fish page to do in what do you call it? In Johanna Bashford's Lost Ocean. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do in that one. And I have a feeling I'm going to use either Prismacolors or I'm going to use the Polychromos or the Derwents or a combination of them. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I really like his face now. So now I have to... It's like finding that place for where, where you have a vision for the page. I never have one from the beginning. Very rarely. I don't know why, but I don't. I don't think I do. I don't know. But this one I really didn't. Not one that I thought was really viable. Just keep making marks and sitting back in my chair looking at it saying, what did that do? That's why I feel like this feels so much like painting, because I keep like backing away from it to see like, did that work? Did that work? So if I have sharper lines to wherever I want the eye to be drawn, especially when I'm doing, this and using black. Sorry, it's hard for me to say that word. Hard for me to say else. And then softer colors in outlining when it's away from wherever I want the focal point to be. I'm thinking that's a thing, to make people look at the thing I want them to, which I guess in this case is the bird's head. Although I can make it both the bird's head and her. And then the rest be kind of like, it is whatever it is. So that sounds like maybe an objective for how I complete this page. That sound like a thing. It helps me when I sit down to work on it. Ooh, pencils are falling. Really working this out loud. And, I'm hoping it helps somebody, because I don't know why I'm using black there, but I am. Actually, I tried to use green last night and it wasn't working out very well. Around the lily pads, it really wasn't working out well. And the brown wasn't really either. So I suppose that's why I picked up the black. Plus, like I said, because this is such a hard pencil, it doesn't lay down a whole lot of color when you put it down, so you can kind of shade kind of nice with it, I guess. Hmm. Just don't know how far I want to go with black. How far over to here? And this page. Okay. Hmm. It's like throwing everything at it, to try and make it work. Let's try this gray. These grays. Throwing everything at it to make it work. That might have been a little too heavy. Yeah, I think it was. Really too heavy. The other thing is knowing when to stop. That's something like with that experience with oil painting too, is like knowing when to stop working on it for the day or whatever. And that's why I kind of told myself today, like, to not be too hard on myself about, these whips. I'm going to go back in and like color that white with an acrylic pen. I just messed it up. But, is because, is this silver? I only think it was gray. It was gray. Not the color I thought it was. No wonder that happened. Um, because I don't want to finish it. Just go through and like just I'm just gonna finish it, and then not have any real feeling to it, any reasoning for why I did what I did, like just slapping colors on it just because I can. I don't want to do that. So it's better to like put it down and come back to it when your skill set is up to the task, you know. So, but I am gonna try and finish as much of these as I can because I really don't. I don't know. I don't really don't feel like going on to anything else, to be honest. Oh, that's actually water. This is him. So that might be worth making darker. Where is the rest of him? There. But to have it like almost, totally completed, or whatever, to have this much done of it, and as much as I have done of some of the other ones, I don't think there's, I think I did pretty good considering I don't know what I'm doing. Considering this is the first time I've colored tiny, as they call it, in a book with smaller images and images that are more intricate. So I feel like that did something significant. Hmm. This might be where I put it down. Yeah, I did something substantial happened there that, that I think is positive. So I don't wanna oh see, I think I'm about to mess something up again. Gotta know my limits. Although it is around the water, which I'm is it around the water? No, it's on the bird. I don't know what that did. It kinda makes your eye go that way. Which might not be bad. Hmm. Hmm. I kinda like that. And it makes the clouds or these whatever it is, steam, mist, whatever it is, makes them frame the bird, which I like. Even though it also accents the fact that he's trapped. I hate that. I don't like that at all. I don't. It just makes me sad. Okay. Um, get a grip, Linda. Get a grip. Tell you, I am one of those people. Like I cannot um, go to the Humane Society just to go. If I go, I better be there to pick something up because whether or not, if I didn't, I will wind up coming home with something. Even what the day that um, the dog we had before this one, when we had to put her to sleep because it was at that point, um, and she was like 75 pounds, and like she was a German Shepherd Border Collie mix, and like German Shepherds do tend to have problems with their hips, and we'd been through a few things with her before that, but it got to that one point where like okay, she couldn't go to the bathroom by herself, and she's a very proud dog, very proud. I mean, this dog has saved other animals and all other kinds of stuff. And so it was like an agreement. And I told her, I says, I know that when you don't have your dignity, that you're not going to want to be here anymore. Like we had, I don't know, me and this dog had, a thing. I love her. But what was I say? Oh, when we went to like say goodbye to her, went to the vet, there was a dog that somebody else was bringing in that had been left as a stray, and I think they were going to euthanize her, and she had been used for breeding. That dog came up to me and like jumped on me, like like hi, like she put it was a big dog. I don't know what kind of dog it was. Put its put its paws, on my shoulders, and just was like all into me. It's like, oh my gosh, if I weren't here for what we were here for, you would be coming home with me. But I knew it wasn't, it wasn't, no, I couldn't do it. So I just said, okay, well, you be with me, meet me at my mansion. There's a place for you. Oh, I love animals. I really do. I really, really do. I only met two dogs that I didn't like in my life. One used to come after me when I got off the school bus, and I finally hit him with my flute case, so he left me alone. I can't remember what kind of I can't remember the name of the kind of dog he was, but he was like a not really a big dog, but he just was always coming after me when I was coming home. And I was like, I had enough. I don't know what's wrong with you. So came after me one time. I hit him with my flute case, and he never bothered me again. And another dog that was in was he in the band? No, my boyfriend at the time was recording the band that he was in, and he would bring the dog. No, 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 I know what it was. Um, when I visited my boyfriend, and his recording studio was in his house, and this guy was one of his roommates, and he was in a band too, and he had a Doberman Pinscher, and it was a female. That was when I first learned that, like, female dogs, if they weren't fixed, needed, those kind of women supplies. I never knew that, but yeah, she didn't like me, and she had an attitude, and I didn't really. I mean, I'll like her if she liked me, but she didn't like me, so I didn't like her. I like to stay out my way. Her owner had an attitude too, so that might have had something to do with it. Like, you're a weirdo, and so is your dog. But I haven't met a dog I didn't like. Even if there's a breed that I say I don't like, if I met a dog like that, I'd probably be just fine. As long as it liked me, I'd like it. I'd like it anyway until it showed it didn't like me, and then I'd be like, okay, I think I did something here, and I feel good about it. I don't know. It's like just let my mind like wander and work in it, and something happens. That's what I have to do, to not think so hard about it and just look at it. Just kind of look at it without thinking too hard. Hmm. And you got a dog story out of it too. Actually, next pet I have, I actually want cats. I miss having I miss having cats. Plus, they're useful when you live out in the country. My only thing is, like, I always go through that thing where, well, not always, but now in particular, I'll go through that thing. Should I let it be an outdoor cat? Because you hear all those stories about outdoor cats, and like, I don't live in the city, but even still, I mean, here with outdoor cats, I mean, we have foxes and supposedly coyotes, although I haven't heard any lately in the past year. Um, oh, so we have hawks, which, like, if they're hungry, they'll pick up something small and run away with it. So I'm not sure if I should, I don't know, what I would do there. But see, the thing is, with outdoor cats, they go to the bathroom outside and you don't have to worry about a litter box. That's a big one for being an outdoor cat. But saved my life. Plus, I don't know, I kind of like them. They're fun when they're out in nature. I don't know. And I feel like I'm depriving them of something if I don't let them go outside and, be in their supposed natural habitat. I feel like they're a wild thing. They need to be out in the wild. So, I don't know. It's a hard thing to decide. Then I thought about, well, if I get cats, get a dog at the same time that can, like, kind of protect them like the one we had before did. I don't know. It's really hard, but I don't know. This black pencil's kind of, hmm, I'm kind of liking it. Okay, like, is this gonna be like a fatal flaw or a good move? Let's see. Might be too bad. I think this is it. It's almost an hour. Hey, Mandy, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. I think I'm kind of getting this to a place that I can live with it and not be too ashamed. That's the goal. I think we got low goalpost at this point. Telling you, these pages in here, these mythographic pages are a challenge. I'm doing good. Trying to push this page out of um, oblivion or something. I have to resist the urge of making this. You know what? That's probably why I haven't colored the hair yet, because I always have to resist the urge to color hair red. I'm always a redhead. Oh wow, 4 a.m. Yeah, I actually get up that early sometimes, but now I'm not because I'm trying to make myself sleep longer. So, well, you have a good night's sleep. And I'm actually getting ready to go because I think I actually accomplished something. That feels really good in this book. And now I got to fold laundry. so, um, so thank you everybody for watching. And I hope this helped. I don't know, in some kind of way, help somebody with dealing with this page or other pages you have problems with. I don't know, a way to push through. And take care. Bye bye. Good night.